Hello, I'm Andy, and I'm going to read to you a program called A Star is Born on the 30th of September. But before I begin, here's my email. Send me this email if you wish to know your next 9 years based on your date of birth, your time of birth, and looking at your palms. And we'll have this 90-minute session which will cost you USD $50. We'll talk more about this later. And so a star is born on the 30th of September, and that's you listening to me. It's a very powerful day to be born. It makes you naturally plan very big in everything that you do, and you'll reach for the stars. You'll have a character which can be very dominating and very powerful in whatever you do. But you have to learn to take the soft approach, which means use words which are soft, a tone of voice which is soft, and a body language which is soft. Otherwise, you seem to come out like a commander, commanding people in every area of your life. And that sometimes may not go well with you. You may meet people just as powerful as you, and that's where the clash will come. So that's why it's good to take the soft approach. You'll have a very vibrant personality, a personality that does very well, and you'll be very much interested in gaining power of all kinds. So politics will interest you a lot. So go into politics by all means and stay with the government. The government can help you a great deal, and you may get very big contracts from the government as well. So your compatibility needs polishing. So you have to be taking it easier. You tend to be very forceful in your compatibility, whether at home, whether in the office, whether in business, whether anywhere. You seem to be commanding it. Well, it doesn't go down well sometimes. So why don't you again take the soft approach and be as negotiable as you can? And that will be much, much better for you. In romance and marriage, it's better for you to marry late because in your younger days, you'll be going after making money and building things up. And if you start a family very early, the responsibilities will not give you the chance to be as liberal and as adventurous as you want. So marry late. And that would be the ages of 30, 31, and 32, which are going to be very lucky for you. And so, what about your talents? You have multi talents, and you are a person who can speak very well and communicate very well. Writing skills and speaking skills are seen. Yes, you would like to be educated as well, but you could also be a hands on earlier, a person who learns things actually getting down to doing it. We call it hands on. And so you will be able to be that, learning as you go on in life, but you will be a very quick learner. Business will always be on your mind. You will not be too happy working for people for too long. So tell yourself to think of business as early as possible, but only don't try it too big. Start small and let it grow slowly because you will always have the urge to grow big and advance and expand most of the time. And if you cannot build a good foundation, you won't be able to sustain it after a while. Then will come the ages where you will lose everything. Now, I'm going to read to you some ages. Firstly, I call them the positive ages, which are going to give you that milestones in your life, which are going to be very lucky for you. So, if you happen to be the ages of 17, 26, 35, 44, 53, 62, 71, 80, 89, or 98 years old, you're going to go into areas of success in a very big way. As you approach these ages, you will see the opportunities rising. And as you enter these ages, which I've just mentioned, you're going to find success and enjoyment as well. I'll give you another set of positive ages, which will also help you a great deal. And so, if you happen to be the ages of 15, 26, 15 and then 24, 33, 42, 51, 60, 69, 78, or 87. or 96 years old, you're going to have a wonderful, classy lifestyle. It's going to give you that wonderful feeling of being top of the world and finding success right falling into your lap. So you see, there will be ages which are going to make you very lucky. It's all programmed in our horoscope. And when you see me for a 90-minute session, I will read you that as well to tell you how your next 9 years are going to be. I'm going to give you one set of negative ages to show you that negative ages also have their own cycles. Be very careful. Be very careful at the ages of 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54, 63, 72, and 81, and even 90 years old. You will attract a lot of opposition and trouble. In just about every area of your life, it will come. And so you have to prepare before you get into these ages to lower your exposure to risk. So that's how every horoscope will have that. And yours, I've just read you some examples. That's what I've done. Regarding your health, you have to be careful that your cholesterol levels are going to be very high and that you will put on weight very easily as you get older. And that's going to be troubling your heart and your liver especially. So those areas are going to be very troubled. So be careful how you eat, and especially if you drink alcohol, beer, and wine, you're going to even put on more weight because you look for much richer food after that, which will not be very good for you. You have a very good character in the sense that you're willing to help and donate to charity, and also be a person who wants to make your name for yourself. Name for yourself so that people respect you. And you will therefore belong to charity groups and belong to plans where you collect money for good causes. You will do all that. But my worry is that you may take on too much responsibility. And that's when you may not be able to sustain everything you built up and everything you're responsible for. So don't go overboard to gain responsibility over too many things. Just try your best to limit things. And where family is concerned, as I said, take the soft approach. Your children and your spouse are going to see that you are quite commanding person. But don't bring that commanding home. Leave it where you work or in business is good enough. Turn around in the personal areas to show how liberal and how happy you can be with your people. Well, I do love people who are born on the 30th of September. And I always see that they are necessary, especially to run governments and to be in politics as well. So you have a lot going for you. What you need to know is your next 9 years first, at whatever age you are, because everything comes in cycles. So to know your next 9 year cycle is when you can build a platform for yourself. And that's where I will welcome you to visit me. Visit me on Skype or visit me on Zoom, or we can have a session on WhatsApp. And this session will cost you USD $50 to know your next 9 years. I'll show you how to formulate your own personal lucky lottery numbers, a system which I will teach you. And I'll show you how to reach that powerful energy inside you, the soul and the third eye and the aura, so that you can wake these wonderful energies earlier. Naturally, we only get these energies in our 50s and 60s and 70s, but there's a way how to get there and do something on a very big scale. And you'll be a person who wants to reach the sky as the limits, to have your name as a politician. So I will show you whether your palms show that and how great you can be. And so when you see me for the 90-minute session, we'll have a chance to read your palms. Your palms are very special. They are very important to be read for any prediction. Because did you know that yesterday about 350,000 babies were born? Go to the internet and you'll find out. Every day. Do these 350,000 babies have the same destiny because they're born on the same day? Not necessarily. Because each of them will have different palms. Because each of them will have a different soul. So the palm is a very important ingredient, and I will spend some time to explain to you what's on your palms as well. So there we go, born on the 30th of September. To know how you can sustain that power you want and how the wealth you want, I will let you know. So send me this email and let's have this session going on. Send me this email and I'll come back to you. And remember, the session will only cost you USD $50 to know all this information that I've spoken to you about. In the meantime, remember, you are made for some very big things, but everything needs to have a limit. I wish you a good life. Thank you. Goodbye.